Established since 2002 in the United States of America, the United Ancient Nations is an intergovernmental organization, currently made up of 160+ members and indigenous nations. The UAN and its work are guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter. The UAN is a manifestation of the profound connection amongst indigenous peoples across the world, including African, Andean, American, European, Caribbean, Oceanic, and Asian regions, rooted in shared wisdom, sustainable practices, and deep reverence for the earth. The United Ancient Nations serves as an international cultural and diplomatic organization focused on uniting indigenous cultures globally. Our governance structure is council-based without territorial claims, led by a collective leadership through our General Secretariat. As a non-state entity with UN-style advocacy, we focus on several key areas: cultural and digital heritage preservation, indigenous diplomacy, revival of indigenous knowledge systems to solve humanity's problems, global peace, environmental preservation, health and wellness, sustained economic development, indigenous and cultural tourism. While the UAN represents numerous indigenous cultures, the United States of Kailasa serves as the first indigenous nation specifically for Hindus. Kailasa's mission is focused on the revival of the ancient enlightened Sanatana Hindu civilization, with a formal governance structure including a head of state, ministers, and ambassadors. Under the leadership of SPH, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivoham, Kailasa has achieved recognition as a sovereign subject of international law, possessing distinctive attributes of juridical statehood. The United States of Kailasa is the main sponsor of the proposed UAN headquarters.
Nityanandam, and welcome to the Tritiya Vinyasa Krama. We're going to practice 508 asana sequence of Kailasa Nityananda Yoga. First, let us make sure we have all the components you need for the yoga practice. Have your yoga mat on the ground. Have your Panchapatra and Udani ready. 1 cup with a spoon with some water for the ritualistic cleansing. All the male bodies, please remove your upper cloth and apply the vibhuti on the 16 places over your body, as you can see on our acharyas. All the female bodies, you can apply it on your forehead. Wear the kumkum on your third eye, the Agnya chakra in between the eyebrows, and wear the Rudraksha mala around your neck. You can keep some weights at the side of the mat if you want to intensify the asana practice. And make sure you have 1 energized Shri Yantra on your yoga mat. Gaze at the yantra whenever possible. To mirror the macrocosmic energies into your microcosmos. Let us all now settle down into a comfortable cross-legged position with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you bring your hands into Namaskara Mudra in front of your heart center as we open this session with the Satguru Vandanam.
Nityanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyadi Lakshyam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami.
Next, we are going to chant the Shiva Mula mantra. Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha 11 times, invoking Paramashiva's presence for this ritual of Nityananda Yoga. Please follow along internally.
Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha. 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 ॐ हां हौं शिवाय नमः ॐ हां हौं शिवाय नमः ॐ हां हौं शिवाय नमः.
Let us now enter into the Tattvachana, the ritualistic cleansing. Take your Panchapatam and Udana. Keep your right hand in the Gokarna Mudra in the shape of a cow's ear. Take one Udani, 1 spoon of water, and pour it into your right palm. Each time the word Swadha is chanted, sip the water from the bottom of your palm and take another Udani of water into your hand for a total of 3 times.
ॐ आत्मतत्त्वं शोधयामि स्वधा ॐ विद्यातत्त्वं शोधयामि स्वधा ॐ शिवतत्त्वं शोधयामि स्वधा.
Now wash your right hand with the water from the Panchapatam and wipe your lips twice with the bottom of your right thumb as we chant.
ॐ हां हृदयाय नमः.
Wash your hand again. With your index, middle and ring finger joined together, touch above the upper lip and below the lower lip. Then wash your hand again. With your index finger and thumb joined together, touch your right nostril and your left nostril. With your ring finger and thumb, touch your right eye, your right ear, and your left ear. Then wash your hand again. With your little finger and thumb, touch your navel, your right chest, and your left chest. And with all the tips of the fingers joined together, touch the crown of your head, the right shoulder, the left shoulder, and your heart center. Wash your hand again. Now place your right hand over the left and place both your hands on the right thigh. Sit straight, close your eyes, and make a conscious resolution. What you want to manifest in today's Nityananda Yoga session. Hold the visualization of what you want to manifest as we chant the Sankalpa mantra.
ॐ ममोपात्त समस्त दुरितक्षयद्वारा भगवत्श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव प्रीत्यर्थं श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिव प्रीत्यर्थं च शुभे शोभने मुहूर्ते अद्य ब्रह्मणः द्वितीय परार्धे श्री श्वेतवराह कल्पे वैवस्वतमन्वन्तरे अष्टाविंशतितमे नित्ययुगे प्रथमे पादे जम्बूद्वीपे भारतवर्षे भरतखण्डे मेरोः दक्षिणे पार्श्वे शकाब्दे अस्मिन् वर्तमाने व्यवहारिके प्रभवादीनां षष्ट्याः संवत्सराणां मध्ये शुभनाम संवत्सरे शुभायने शुभऋतौ शुभमासे शुभपक्षे शुभतिथौ शुभवासरयुक्तायां शुभनक्षत्र शुभयोग शुभकर्ण एवं गुणविशेषणविशिष्टायाम् अस्यां शुभतिथौ श्री कैलासोन्नत द्वादशांत श्यामला पीठारूढ़ श्री मीनाक्षी सुंदरेश्वराभिन्न स्वरूप परशिवपुत्र रत्नकुमार गुरुमन्यतुल्यावतार श्री पार्वती स्तन्यपान लब्ध दिव्य ज्ञान विश्रुत सकल निगमागमसारभूत द्राविड वेद प्रवक्त्रे श्रीमत् परमशिव करुणा समधिगत मुक्तामय चतुरश्रयाण गीयमान छत्र चामर श्रीजिन्नगाहलादि समस्त बिरदावल्यलंकृत ज्ञान विज्ञान चक्रवर्ती सर्वजन संघ सद्यो निर्वाण दीक्षा व्यजापवर्गवर्ष विश्राणजीमूत परमतकलभ केसरी शैव सिद्धांत स्थापनाचार्य श्री राजाधिराज पांड्य महाराज गुरु क्षपन शाक्यादि महांधकार निवारण ज्ञान भानु वीक्षणा नरहारह ध्वजोच्छेदन पूर्वक श्रीमद् ऋषभध्वज स्थापक शैव समय कर्त्रे सर्वज्ञ पीठारूढ़ श्री जगद्गुरु श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक स्वामी वागीश सुंदर माणिक्यवाचक स्वामिनाम अवतारभूत श्री ज्ञान संबंध स्वामी पुनरुद्धृत श्यामलापीठ सर्वज्ञपीठ तृणवद्युत्तर द्विशततम गुरु महासन्निधान अरुणगिरी योगीश्वर परंपरागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञपीठ गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत कांची कैलास सर्वज्ञपीठ त्रयस्त्रिंशदुत्तर द्विशततम गुरु महासन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्यमंगल नित्य कल्याण नित्य रजित कैलास परंपरागत आदि कैलास नित्यानंद पीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठ कर्त्रे साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कैलासपरम्परागतं वैवस्वतमनु इक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चन्द्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचन्द्र शूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौमचक्रवर्ती परम्परागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी मंडित चतुष्षष्टि संप्रदाय प्रवर्तक मनुधर्मशासन सूर्यवंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञपीठ सुरांगी साम्राज्य मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूड़ामणि साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कपिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणिपीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री महामंडलेश्वर साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत श्री महागणपति समारंभ अनवच्छिन्न पीठाधीश्वर गुरु परंपरा प्राप्त अटल पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्रतम अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री अटल पीठाधीश्वर धर्म मुक्ति स्वर्गपुर स्वर्ण पीठ त्रयोविंश गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ जगद्गुरु श्री कैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्री कैलास परमाचार्य श्रीमत् परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य वर्य सच्चिदानंद प्रणव स्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमज्जगद्गुरु श्रीलश्री भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिनां प्रीत्यर्थं तेषां पादारविन्दयोः भक्ति सिद्ध्यर्थं गुरुकृपा कटाक्ष सिद्ध्यर्थं क्षेम स्थैर्य वीर्य विजय आयुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्यानाम् अभिवृद्ध्यर्थं धर्मार्थ काम मोक्ष चतुर्विध बल पुरुषार्थ सिद्ध्यर्थं समस्त दुरितोपशान्त्यर्थं समस्त मंगल अवाप्त्यर्थं भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव प्रसादेन सकुटुम्बस्य ज्ञान वैराग्य जीवन मुक्ति प्राप्त्यर्थं पूर्ण आरोग्य युक्त दृढ़गात्र यौगिक शरीर सिद्ध्यर्थं परमशिव शक्ति आविष्करणार्थं नित्यानंद योगाभ्यासं करिष्ये.
Now wash your right hand once more.
Om apa upasprishya.
And keep your Panchapatam and Udani aside out of harm's way. Let us now enter into the first asana of the sequence, Sukhasana. In a comfortable cross-legged position with your head, neck and spine in a straight line, place your hands on top of the knees in Bindu Mudra with index fingers and thumbs together. Gaze forward. Visualize Lord Shiva in your inner space. Both the visualization. Breathe in Samana Kumbhaka. Inhale deeply into your navel region. And visualize the fire in your navel being kindled, rising up your spine as you exhale. Let us now move on to the next asana. Now sit in a comfortable posture and place your hands on your knees in Bindu Mudra with index fingers and thumbs together. Relax and breathe deeply in Samana Kumbhaka. Fill your navel region with prana and hold your breath comfortably on and off. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Yatasana Ishtasana. Hold this posture for a few seconds.
पर्यङ्कं तत्समाख्यातं यथसंस्थं यथा स्थितिः.
And then in a cross-legged position with your hands on the knees in Bindu Mudra, start inhaling. We can cut this part out. In a comfortable cross-legged position with your hands on the knees in Bindu Mudra, start inhaling and exhaling as deeply as possible, as slowly as possible. Inhale and exhale as deeply as possible. Keep visualizing Swamiji in Samasana.
इदानीं गर्भिणीनां योगाभ्यासो यथा लघु सुखप्रसवलाभाय प्रोच्यते प्राक्तनेपति दण्डपद्मभरद्वाज वीरवज्रसमानितो आसनानि सदा कुर्यात् सुदीर्घैरे च पूरकैः.
Now place your left foot against your perineum and bring the right foot on top of the left foot. Keep your hands flat on your knees. Fix your gaze at the tip of your nose. Visualize yourself as a sage, liberated by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. In Muktasana.
निपीड्य सीविनीं सूक्ष्मां दक्षिणेतरगुल्फतः वामं याम्येन गुल्फेन मुक्तासनमिदं भवेत्.
Now shift your gaze upwards towards your third eye. Maintain the position. Feel the stability of body and mind as you visualize Swamiji in Siddhasana.
स्थानुस्यम्यमितेन्द्रियोचलदृशा पश्यन् भ्रुवोरन्तरं चैतन्मोक्षकपातभेदजनकं सिद्धासनं प्रोच्यते.
Now shift your gaze to the ground in front of you. Intensely contract the perineal floor. Pull your stomach in and up and lock your chin to the chest. Perform Mahamudra Bandha. Feel the grounding effect as you visualize Swamiji in Siddhi Asana. Lead the Kundalini Shakti up along your spine.
वामपादुके इडीजानो सीवनिमधितासु कोठानो.
Now rotate your hands back into Bindu Mudra on top of your knees and shift your gaze upwards. Feel the energy rising along your spine and visualize yourself as Lord Buddha, the fierce dimension of Lord Shiva in Buddhasana 2.
वामचरण परिदक्षिण राखे एकजुगति ऐसे विधि राखे.
Shift your gaze down, back towards the nose. Embody tranquility and an unshakable nature. Be sturdy and stable, not only physically but also unshakable in your inner space. In Sandadvanasana.
आसन की गुण मन की चन चलता मीट.
Now bring your hands towards your navel region. Cup one palm over the other. In Samputa Mudra, resembling a closed lotus flower. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Siddhasana. Don't forget to internally chant the Mahavakya Om Nityananda Paramashivoham continuously.
ऋजुकाय समासीन सिद्धासनमुदीरितं प्रसार्य भूरि पादौ तु दोर्भ्यामङ्गुष्ठमादरात्.
Now get ready for Bandha Yoni Asana. We're going to perform the Shanmukhi Mudra, locking all our senses with our hands. First, set the Sankalpa, the conscious resolution of manifesting through the womb of creation. Inhale all the way, and then close your lips with your little fingers, your nostrils with your ring fingers, your eyes with the middle and index fingers, and your ears with your thumbs. Hold the breath in Shanmukhi Mudra.
यत्र मध्ये महादेव बन्धयोन्यासने शृणु यत्कृत्वा खेचरो भूत्वा विचरेदीश्वरो यथा.
Relax. Now, place your hands on top of the knees in Bindu Mudra with your index fingers and thumbs together as you bring the right foot on top of the left thigh and the left foot below the right thigh. Embody the space and state of bravery, Veera, in Veerasana.
एकं पादमथैकस्मिन् विन्यस्योरुणि संस्थितः इतरस्मिंस्तथा चोरुं वीरासनमुदीरितम्.
Feel the intense fire rising up your spine as you continuously breathe into your navel region in Samana Kumbhaka. Keep the Mula Bandha engaged, the root center contracted. And now shift your gaze up towards your third eye. Visualize the great sage, poet, and author of Ramayana, Sage Valmiki, in Valmikasana.
डाबा पग की पगथली पुनि एड़ी है जोज.
Now place your hands flat on your knees. Shift the gaze to the tip of your nose and visualize the Yoni Mandala, the visual representation of Devi Paramashiva Shakti herself, the sacred yantra. As you hold the visualization in your inner space, mirror Devi's energy in your microcosmos. Breathe deeply and calmly in Joni Mudrasana.
वामपाद की पगथली जाहि माहिली कोर.
Maintain the posture. Hold the visualization, but shift your gaze upwards. Direct the energy flow up in Yoni Asana.
योन्यासनं पर्वतेन योगं योगफले नीलं तत्कालफललं तावत् खेचरो यावदेव हि.
Now bring the soles of the feet together in front. with the heels close to the perineum. Interlock your fingers around your toes. Pull your feet in and push your knees down to the ground. Open up your hips intensely. Focus your gaze at the tip of your nose and pull your stomach in and up in Uddiyana Bandha, the abdominal. Visualize Lord Bhiravata in your inner space with 8 arms and all the weapons in hand in Bhadrasana 3.
गुल्फौ च वृषणस्यादः सीवन्त्याः पार्श्वयोः क्षिपेत् सव्यगुल्फं तथा सव्यदक्षगुल्फं तु दक्षिणे.
Relax. Now place the left hand on your left knee. Cover your mouth with your right hand and close the left nostril with the index finger. Inhale through the right nostril all the way. Then close both nostrils, close the right nostril with the thumb and hold your breath as long as you can comfortably. Then exhale through the left nostril all the way, and then again inhale through the left nostril as deeply as possible. Invert the breathing flow again and again, alternating the direction of in and exhalation. In Abhyantara Kumbhaka, curl your tongue backwards and up. Lead it as high as possible in the Kechari Mudra, making you lighter than space itself. Gaze up towards your third eye and visualize yourself as an Agori in Agorasana.
पूर्व कहो भिश्रिका जोजी वाही विधि जो की जैसो जी.
Relax. Now, separate your heels. Keep your toes together and bring your elbows down on top of your heels. Rest your chin on your hands. Fix your gaze at the tip of your nose. Pull your stomach in and up. Perform Uddiyana Bandha as you exhale all the way and hold your breath in the exhaled state. On every exhalation, in Rechaka Kumbhaka, visualize yourself as a female elephant drinking water in Kanari Pavasana.
ग्वाली पाव आसन कक्ष्यो है जैसे याहू में जाने विधि तैसे.
Now rise up. Slightly lift your feet off the ground as you scoop your hands below the feet. Interlock your fingers in front and then lift your feet up towards your chest in Padasana as you gaze to the tip of your nose. Hold the balance. Be stable in your inner space and visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Hold this position for a moment.
ततोर्ध्वं रेतयेत् वायुं मृदुनिश्वास संयुतम्.
And now interlock your fingers around the toes from the top. You can set them down for a moment. And then again, pull your feet up towards your chest. Rest your chin on the toes as you gaze to the tip of your nose and embody the state and space of a king in Gopichandasana.
पूरव विधिपका का अंगूठा कंठकू पराशे.
Now lower your legs down and once more scoop your hands below the feet. Interlock your fingers around the toes and bring your feet towards your chest. Bring your chin onto the fingers. Focus your gaze at the tip of the nose and visualize your body being completely healthy, free from any defects in Udarasana. Hold this posture.
दोबो पकदली संपुट ठाने उभय हस्तकरी उर्द हिताने.
Then slowly raise your feet higher in front of your face. Try to hold the balance here. Keep the interlocked fingers in front of your forehead and visualize yourself excelling in everything in Vishishtasana.
दोबो पकदली जोड़ी संपुट करे.
Relax. Bring your feet down. Now one by one, lift your legs over top of your shoulders. The knees bent. And off the ground. Now bend your elbows upwards. And hold onto your neck with your hands. Visualize yourself as a cobra in Bhujasana.
शिरासनं तु विज्ञेयं कक्षासनमतः परं ग्रीवासनं च परमं भुजासनमिहोच्यते.
With your legs over top of your shoulders. Now, bend your elbows downwards. Bring your hands behind your back. And reach for the other hand. Try to interlock your fingers behind your back. Focus your gaze at the tip of your nose. And visualize yourself as a beautiful, auspicious goddess in Kalyanasana.
दो हाथ पगम नीचाने तिनको गोड़ा नीचे ठाने.
Relax. Now place the top of your left foot flat on the mat and sit on the left heel. Then bring your right foot over top with the heel at the outside of the left hip. Place your hands on opposite knees and gaze forward. Don't focus on any external objects. Only focus on the object within in Vaishnavi Mudra. As you withdraw your attention from anything which is happening outside, visualize yourself as an elegant swan and start performing the Ujjayi Pranayama as you breathe through your mouth. Make an ocean-like sound with your mouth on the in and exhalation. Hold this Sankatasana for a few seconds.
वामपादं चितेर्मूलं संन्यसधर नीतले पाददण्डेन जाम्येन वेष्टयेद्वामपादकम्.
Then slide the left foot outside the hip and sit in between your heels. Place your hands on the top knee. Pull your stomach inwards and up in Uddiyana Bandha. Visualize a cow in your inner space in Dhenukasana.
अनुषागिनकर पंचडं बृहिलिन्दगल्यम्नि.
Now slide the right foot on the left thigh and bring the left foot onto the right knee. Bring your left arm behind your back and reach for the opposite thigh. Hold on to opposite thighs with your hand and twist your spine. Gaze upwards towards your third eye and visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Feel how your spine is opening up as you breathe deeply through your mouth in Machandasana.
वामजंग परिदक्षिण ठाने वामहस्तपिष्टे दिशाने.
Relax, untwist your spine. Now catch a hold of your big toes and lean forward and down with your legs in the same position. Try to bring your forehead to the ground, your navel close to your heels. Visualize Swamiji in Machandasana.
प्रथम जी मनोचरण जो ये वामजंग परिराखे सो जी.
Rise up and now interlock your fingers. Place them on your left knee and engage all three wonders: the root lock, abdominal lock, and the throat lock together in Mahamudra Bandha as you visualize Swamiji, your Guru, in Guru Asana.
पूर्वमूले इन्द्रपादस्य कनिष्ठिका प्रदेशगुल्भं संस्थाप्य.
Relax, free your legs. And now let us repeat the Sankatasana on the other side. Place the top of the right foot flat on the mat this time and sit down on the right heel. Stack the left knee over the right and place your hands on opposite knees. Gaze forward without any external distractions in Vaishnavi Mudra. Be completely focused on your inner space as you visualize yourself as a swan in Sankatasana.
वामपादं चितेर्मूलं संन्यसधर नीतले पाददण्डेन जाम्येन वेष्टयेद्वामपादकम्.
Breathe deeply through your mouth, making an ocean-like sound from Ujjayi Pranayama as you now slide the right foot outside the hip. Sit in between your heels. Bring both hands on the top knee. Pull your stomach in and up in Uddiyana Bandha. Hold the visualization of a cow in your inner space in Dhenukasana.
अनुषागिनकर पंचडं बृहिलिन्दगल्यम्नि.
Now bring the left foot on the right and place the right foot onto the left knee. Your right arm behind your back. Rotate your spine so you can catch a hold of the opposite thighs with your hands. If you cannot reach the thighs, just reach as far as you can. Twist your spine and breathe deeply. Feel how every single vertebra is slowly giving way, enabling you to reach further with every single breath. As you gaze to your third eye, visualize Swamiji in Machandrasa.
वामजंग परिदक्षिण ठाने वामहस्त पिष्टेदि साने.
Now come back to the center. Catch your big toes with your hands and lean forward and down. Breathe deeply, opening up your hips and your back. Visualize Swamiji in Machandrasana.
प्रथम जी मनोचरण जो ये वामजंग परिराखे सो जी.
Rise up and interlock your fingers. Place them on the right knee this time as you perform Mahamudra Bandha. All the three bandhas engaged. Visualize Swamiji, your Guru, in Guru Asana.
पूर्वमूले इतरपादस्य कनिष्ठिका प्रदेशगुल्भं संस्थाप्य.
Now free your legs and place your feet flat on the ground. Bring your knees up towards your chest. Cross your arms and hold on to opposite knees. Pull your knees close in towards your chest. Breathe against your thighs. Feel how your spine is opening up. Lead your tongue backwards and up in Kechari Mudra. Try to lead it along the pharynx, the nasal tract. If you can, fix your gaze at your third eye and visualize Swamiji in Parshasana.
पादतले भूमौ निधाय जाननी उर्सि निधाय विपरीत हस्ताभ्याभूर सहित जंगे निबध्य.
Now hold on to opposite wrists with your hands and bring your chin towards the knees. Rest your chin on top of the knees. Hug your legs. Gaze to your nose and visualize yourself residing in an abode of bliss in Bodha Shukasana. Breathe deeply.
दो बगदली भूपरिधरे कोरमा हिली ऐसे करे.
And now bring your hands below the knees, in between the thighs and calves, and hold on to opposite elbows with your hands. Pull your legs back in towards your chest. Gaze to the tip of your nose. Your tongue still pressed upwards towards the third eye in Kechari Mudra. Hold the visualization of Swamiji in your inner space. Visualize his sweet smile in Purakatasana.
दो हाथ पग बाहर ले आवे घोड़ा नीचे ले ठहरावे.
Now cross the right ankle over the left and keep your toes pointing upwards to the sky. Fix your gaze at the tip of the nose and visualize Maharishi Sumati in your inner space. In Sumati Asana, remember to make an ocean-like sound with your mouth as you breathe through your mouth in Ujjayi Pranayama.
मूलद्वारी धरती परिठाने डाबा पग परितछपद आने.
Now extend your legs forward. Keep your knees straight. Interlock your fingers and raise your arms up over top of your head with your wrists pointing outwards. Straighten your back and your legs like a stick. Feel the stretch in your upper back and shoulders as you reach high. Engage all three bandhas, Mahamudra Bandha. Fix your gaze at the tip of your nose with your tongue paused upwards in Kechari Mudra. Swamiji in your inner space in Dandasana.
इदानीं गर्भिणीनां योगाभ्यासो यथा लघु सुखप्रसवलाभाय प्रोच्यते प्राक्तने पथि.
Now lean forward and down. Catch a hold of your big toes in Dana Mudra with index fingers and middle fingers. Lean down as low as possible. You can slightly raise your knees to lean down even further. Bring your head in between the knees. Start breathing in Nadi Shodhana as you inhale through one nostril and exhale through the other, alternating without the support of your fingers. Feel the prana being led along your spine, cleansing Ida and Pingala Nadi, the main nadis along your spine. Alternate your breath, Nadi Shodhana, as you visualize Swamiji in Adambhasana.
दोबू पग मिलिवा पसारी पका का अंगूठा पकड़ी लीला टकोड़ा लगावे.
Now rise up. Slightly separate your feet, raise your knees, and bring your hands below the shins, holding on to the soles of your feet from the outside. Lean down as low as possible. Stretch your lower back, your upper back. Open your hips. You can literally pull yourself down as you catch a hold of your feet. Breathe deeply, and with every exhalation, sink a little bit deeper into the stretch. Focus your gaze at your third eye. Take the energy upwards within your body. Visualize Swamiji in Vidukasana.
प्रथम बेसी दो पाव पसारी कछक ऊर्ध को कुर्डो डारे.
Now rise up and bring the heels together in front. The feet still extended away from your body. Lead your hands underneath the shins. Keep the palms facing up. Your elbows on the mat. Bring your chin onto your heels. Lean down as low as possible. Gaze towards the tip of your nose. And visualize Swamiji in Jalandhari Pavasana.
दो एड़ी मैली के दीजिए हाथ पसारी.
Relax. Rise up. Straighten your legs. And now lift one leg upwards behind your neck. You cannot bring the leg behind your neck. You can just lift it over your shoulder or pull it towards your chest. You can even just press it over the opposite knee. Then lean forward and down and hold on to the front foot with both hands. Breathe deeply as we are moving to Pratyahara Kumbhaka. Visualize how the prana is flowing upwards to 9 points of your body as revealed by Mahadeva himself. These points are the soles of your feet, the regenerative organs, your navel, the heart, the throat, the uvula, the center of your eyebrows, the top of the forehead, and the Brahmarandha, the crown of your head. Feel the prana flowing upwards in your body continuously as you visualize Swamiji in Urdhva Paschimottanasana.
पश्चिमतानवत् संस्थितिं कृत्वा एकं पादं ग्रीवायां धृत्वा तिष्ठेत्.
Your leg behind your neck. Now rise up and lean back all the way. Try to lay down on your back with the opposite leg extended forward. Catch a hold of the foot behind your head. Fix your gaze on the tip of your nose. Tensely open up your hips. Just straighten your body. Gaze to the tip of the nose. And visualize yourself as infinite or endless, an eternal one in Anantasana.
उत्तानशैनी एकैकम्पायी ग्रीवायां विन्यस्य इतरहस्तेन पावाग्रं गृहीत्वा.
Hold this posture for a moment and then roll onto your side, the side of the hand which is holding onto the foot behind your head. Rest on the side as you fix your gaze at the tip of the nose. Feel in complete control in Ankushasana.
उत्तानशैत एकैकं पादं ग्रीवायां कुर्वन् इतरहस्तं कर्णमूले स्थापयेत्.
Now you can release the leg from behind your neck. Lay down flat on your back and pull your knees up towards your chest and circle them with your hands. Rock your body from side to side. Relax after this intense stretch. Free up your back. Breathe calmly. Feel the prana flowing upwards within your body and pratyara kumbhaka. And visualize Swamiji into the shasana.
उत्तानशयनं जानुनि हृदये वष्टम्भा जङ्गासहित ऊरूनि करद्वये बद्ध्वा सव्यापसव्यं लोडयेत् दृशासनं भवति.
Now again, straighten your legs as we are going to repeat Urdhva Paschimottanasana on the other side. So now lift the other leg behind your neck. Lean forward and down. Hold on to the foot. Pull yourself down as low as possible. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Hold this posture. Feel the intense opening of the hips and back. Stretch the hamstrings.
पश्चिमतानवत् संस्थितिं कृत्वा एकं पादं ग्रीवायां धृत्वा तिष्ठेत्.
As you lean back, the leg behind your neck, holding onto the foot with the opposite hand. Straighten the other leg forward. Gaze the tip of your nose and feel that you are without beginning or end. Infinite, Ananta, in Anantasana.
उत्तानशयनी एकैकम्पायी ग्रीवायां विन्यस्य इतरहस्तेन पावाग्रं गृहीत्वा.
Now roll to the side of the hand which is holding onto your foot. Fix your gaze at the tip of your nose and relax, feeling in complete control in Ankushasana on the other side. Breathe deeply.
उत्तानशयित एकैकं पादं ग्रीवायां कुर्वन् इतरहस्तं कर्णमूले स्थापयेत्.
Now lay on your back as you one by one bring your legs up behind your neck. Again, if you cannot bring your legs behind your neck, you can always just pull them towards your chest, opening up the hips. Then interlock your fingers around your lower back, gaze to the tip of your nose, and visualize Swamiji as you continue to breathe in Pratyahara Kumbhaka, in Yoga Nidrasana.
पादाभ्यां वेष्टयेत् कण्ठं हस्ताभ्यां पृष्ठबन्धनं तन्मध्ये शयनं कुर्यात् योगनिद्रा सुखप्रदा.
Now bend your arms upwards. Keep the legs over top of your shoulders and try to interlock your fingers around your neck. And as you keep gazing at the tip of your nose, visualize Lord Vishnu is blessing with it in Atma Ramasana.
आत्मा राम आसन प्रथमसोधोसो वे.
Now relax. Lay down on your back and extend your arms out to the side at shoulder level. Pull your knees up towards your chest and keep the soles of the feet facing up towards the sky. Gaze the tip of the nose and visualize Swamiji in Kojikasana.
दो हाथ सीधा सा करे तिनसो उबे सपा करे.
Now lower down your lips and let's get ready for the Jatara Parivrit. As you lay down on your back with your arms extended out at shoulder level, pull your knees to your chest and then drop one knee to the side and extend the opposite leg down. Now bend both your knees to the side. Feel the rotational stretch in your spine. Breathe deeply. Extend your legs to the side. Get a hold of your feet with your hand and turn your head away from the feet. Rotate your spine intensely. Breathe deeply. And now return back to the center. Drop the other knee to the side extend the opposite leg. Repeat the movement on the other side. Twist your spine in the opposite direction. Bring both knees bent to the side. Feel the rotation of every single vertebra in your spine. As you now turn your head away from the feet as you extend your leg and hold onto the feet with your hand. Visualize Swamiji, the Chashla Parivritti.
परिवृत्ति कुक्षि भागे त्रिदाहि परिकीर्तितः बद्धकोणं सुप्तकोणं ऊर्ध्वकोणमथापि च.
Now we move on to the next asana of the sequence. Now lay on your back and place your feet flat on the ground with your knees raised. Get your hold of your ankles and push your hips up high off the ground. Lock your throat in Jalandhara Bandha and push the air upwards. Prevent it from escaping your lungs in Mocha Kumbhaka. As you gaze to the tip of your nose and visualize yourself as sturdy as a bridge in Viparapitham, hold this posture for a while.
प्रतिक्रियायुतं द्वन्द्वपीठः सर्वबलप्रदं गर्भिणीनां दुर्बलानाम् इति गार्गी जगादनु.
And then bring your hands over top of your shoulders, the fingers pointing down towards your feet, and push your hips up off the ground. Raise your hips up high. Try to walk your hands and feet closer together. Breathe deeply through your nose. Try to relax in this posture as you visualize yourself as sturdy as stone furniture in Paryankasana.
उत्तानशेन मस्ततलाभ्यां भूमिं वष्टभ्यां पादतलाभ्यां भूमिं धृत्वा.
Now lay down on your back. Place your hands on the respective shoulders as you lift your knees towards your chest. Start rotating your hips in a circular motion. As you visualize yourself as a dog, playfully rolling around on its back in Shvotanasana. Keep breathing calmly through your nose. Katana along your spine. Feel the mobilization in your spine happening as you move your hips.
शववत् शरीरं संस्थाप्य जानुनी सम्मील्य नाभुवाणीज हस्ताभ्यां कन्दरां बद्ध्वा भ्रामयेत् श्वोत्तनं भवति.
Now stop the movement. Place your arms flat on the ground next to your body and raise your legs, raise your hips, point your toes up towards the sky as we enter the Viparita Karani. Now start rotating your legs in a circular motion. Form the Mocha Kumbhaka with your throat locked completely. Visualize Swamiji and feel the Jataragni, the digestive fire, increasing this posture.
भूतले सशिरोद्धत्वा खेनगे चरणद्वयं विपरीतकृतिश्चैषा सर्वतन्त्रेषु गोपिता.
Now stop the movement of your legs. Point your toes up to the sky. Be completely stable in Viparita Karani 2. Hold this position.
करणी विपरीताख्या सर्वाधिव्याधिनाशिनी नित्यम् अभ्यासयुक्तस्य जाटराग्निविवर्धनी.
Now drop your feet down over top of your head. Touch the toes to the mat and interlock your fingers behind your back. Push your hands into the ground in Parasho Mudra. Keep performing the Mocha Kumbhaka. Prevent the air from escaping by locking the throat intensely. Visualizing yourself as a plow in Langalasana.
नरकासने स्थित्वा नासिकाप्रदेशे भूमौ पादपृष्ठे स्थाप्य हस्तद्वयं सम्मील्य लम्बीकुर्यात् ग्रीवाप्रदेशेन भूमिं कर्षयेत् लाङ्गलासनं भवति.
Now move your hands up towards your feet. Hold onto your feet over top of your head. As you visualize Paramashiva in your inner space, eternally chanting Om Nityananda Paramashivoham continues. As this is one of the 84 asanas which have been revealed directly by Lord Paramashiva himself. Shaita Paschimatanas.
तानं शयित्वात् कुर्वीत शयितपश्चिमतानकम्.
Now make sure that your hips are above the shoulder level, and then separate your legs wide to the side. Keep holding onto the feet in Supta Konasana as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
परिवृत्ति कुक्षि भागे त्रिदाहि परिकीर्तितः बद्धकोणं सुप्तकोणं ऊर्ध्वकोणमथापि च.
Now join your feet back together. Catch a hold of your ankles and then roll onto your back, keeping your arms and legs straight. Visualize yourself as a chakra, a wheel in Chakrasana. Keep the Jalandhara Bandha engaged, your throat locked.
शवासनस्तद्वौ पादौ कुर्यान्मस्तकतः परो व्युत्क्रमेण ततः शीघ्रमेतत् सर्वस्य साधनम्.
As you now lay down on your back, bring your legs vertically, pointing up towards the sky. Hold on to the big toes, your arms straight. Send your legs out of the side. Open up your hips. Feel the intense stretch. Slightly pull on the toes to move deeper into the position. Breathe firmly in Supta Prasadita Parangushtasana. As you return to making an ocean-like sound with your mouth in Ujjayi Pranayama.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Now join your feet back together. Keep holding on to the big toes in Supta Parangushtasana. Try to straighten your knees. Feel the stretch in the hamstrings as you visualize Swamiji.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Now from Supta Parangushtasana, cross your legs into Padmasana. Place your feet on top of opposite thighs. As you bring your knees down towards the ground and your hands above your head, holding onto opposite elbows. Fix your gaze at the tip of your nose. Try to bring your back on the ground. Feel your pelvis rotating through your hip bones, opening up the hip rotators. Visualize Matsya, the fish avatar of Lord Vishnu in Matsyasana.
मुक्तपद्मासनं कृत्वा उत्तानशयनं चरेत् कूर्पराभ्यां शिरो वेष्ट्या मत्स्यासनं तु रोगः.
Place the back side of the right hand on top of the left palm over top of your head. With the legs in Padmasana. Gaze to the tip of your nose and visualize Lord Rama in your inner space in Parasharamasana.
प्रथमकरे पद्मासन आचे सुधोसो वे भूपरिपाचे.
Breathe deeply. Open up your hips. Now lift your knees off the ground. Raise your hips as you support your hips with your hands. Your elbows resting on the ground. Fix your gaze at the tip of the nose. Lock your throat. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Sarvangasana.
अथ वक्षेत्र संक्षेपात् सर्वांगासनमुत्तमं यत् कृत्वा योगनिपुणो विद्याभिः पण्डितो यथा.
Now roll down onto your back. Free your legs from Padmasana and place one foot onto the opposite thigh. As you raise your knees up towards your chest, extend your arms out over top of your head. Hook your fingers forward and raise your chin to the chest. Lock your throat. Fix your gaze at the third eye as you visualize yourself as a scorpion in Vrishikasana. Hold this asana for a moment.
Pratamashayana sudhoshi shikeshiki sandhi sudakhe.
Now lower your arms and legs. Place the other foot on the opposite thigh. Get ready to repeat Vrishikasana. Bring your hands over top of your head. Fingers hooked forward like the stinger of a scorpion. Gaze to the third eye in Vrishikasana.
Pratamashayana sudhoshi shikeshiki sandhi sudakhe.
Now lay down flat on your back and interlock your fingers around your neck. Lift your legs off the ground and start pulling one knee in towards your chest, back and forth without setting the feet on. Breathe deeply through your nose in Sahasrara Kumbhaka. Breathe the prana along your spine. Feel the mobilization of your spine in this posture. As you visualize Swamiji in your inner space, intensely engage your core, mobilize the hips, release the body heat.
उत्तानशयनं कृत्वा अङ्गुलिभ्यः कन्दरां बद्ध्वा कूर्परौ मिलित्वा नितम्बेन भूमिं स्पृष्ट्वा.
Place your hands next to your hips, flat on the ground. And now alternate, touching your ears with the respective knees again and again. Keep visualizing Swamiji in Maruttanasana.
श्वोत्तानवत्संसिद्धि कृत्वा जानुद्वयं पर्यायेन कर्णयोः संस्पृशेत्.
Relax. Now, place your feet flat on the ground. As you keep the knees raised, now stand up and lay back down again and again. Visualize yourself as a wolf in Vrikasana, the wolf posture.
उत्तानशयनं कृत्वा पादतलाभ्यां भूमिं धृत्वा उत्तिष्ठेत् वृकासनं भवति.
Now, as you lay down, kick your legs up and start rolling over again and again. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Keep rolling backwards. Finally lay down in a broad position on your stomach. Your hands at the side of the shoulders.
उत्तानशयनं पादौ शिरौ उल्लङ्घ्य भूमौ स्थापयित्वा निब्जं भूयादि निब्जं शयनम्.
Now contract your lips and make a whistling sound like a flute on the inhalation as you visualize yourself as a chariot carrying warriors into a battle for Dharma on your chariot back in Sanatasana.
निब्जं शयनं कृत्वा नाभिं भूमौ निधाय स्तम्भद्धस्ताभ्यां भूमिमष्टभ्य ओष्ठौ निमील्य वेणुवत्संकृत्य तिष्ठेत् सरठासनं भवति.
Now push your body off the ground into a plank position and jump your feet forwards in between the hands, back and forth. Feel yourself go beyond body and mind. Keep jumping in Dehalyulanganasana.
हस्तद्वयं बद्ध्वा तन्मध्यचरणद्वयम् उड्डानैव बहिरानीय अथ नयेत् देहल्युल्लङ्घनं भवति.
Rise up. Now lean forward and down. Place your hands on the ground and walk around on hands and feet as you visualize yourself as a wise 60-year-old elephant. Breathe firmly through your nose. Feel the ground underneath your palms as a natural movement.
अथ जात्यासनं वक्षे येन जाति स्मरो भवेत् हस्तान्द्रिभूमौ च गमनम् आगमनं ततः.
Now rise back up. As you enter into the next Karanapta sequence, stand in the Arimandi posture. Heels together, toes pointing outwards and your knees bent. Bring your elbows up to the shoulder level. Tilt your head back. Open up your chest and start rotating your arms around your body as you move your head in all directions. In Lolitika Karana. Now stand right on the mat. If you have a rope available, now tie your feet with a rope. Stand erect on the mat like a rod. Some yogis stand like this for the whole night to experience the Kundalini awakening. Now keep your elbows close to your body, your hands on your thighs. Visualize the Kundalini Devi as rising and curling upwards around your body in Sarvasana. Feel the energy flowing upwards.
अथ सर्पासनं वक्षे वायुपानाय केवलं शरीरं दण्डवत्तिष्ठेत् रज्जुबन्धस्तु पादयोः वायवी कुण्डली देवी कुण्डलाकारमङ्गुले.
Now from the standing position, lean forward and down and catch a hold of your toes from the front. Keep your hands in fists and walk around on the mat as a camel. Visualize yourself as a camel in Ushta-Sadhanasana. Keep breathing deeply through your nose. Body a camel walking around on your mat.
उष्टिकनिष्ठिका प्रदेशेन भूमो निधाय उपरिपादतले संस्थाप्य उष्ट्रवत् उष्ट्रसाधनं भवति.
Now shift the grasp on your feet. Hold your toes from the side and walk around visualizing yourself as a horse in Ashvasana, the horse posture.
मुष्टिकनिष्ठिका प्रदेशेन भूमो निधाय उपरिपादतले संस्थाप्य अश्ववत् शरीरं चलनीयम् अश्वासनं भवति.
Rise up. Stand with your heels touching, the toes slightly separate, and interlock your fingers behind your back in Parasha Mudra. Pull your hands down towards the calves as you lean back all the way. Open up your chest. Breathe deeply. Tilt your head back. Try to relax in this posture. Every inhalation, feel the expansion of the space between the bones, with the stretch in the muscles. And on every exhalation, sink a little bit deeper into the stretch. Visualize yourself as a soaring bird diving in Kapota Nitakasana.
पादतले भूमो निधाय पृष्ठभागेन हस्तौ जङ्घापर्यन्तं नीत्वा कपोतनिटकं भवति.
Now relax, rise up. And again stand in Arimandi position. Your heels together, the toes pointing outwards and the knees bent. Join your hands in Namaskara Mudra in front of your chest. And bow down to one side. Open up your palms and raise the respective heel again and again. Visualize yourself holding a bouquet of flowers and offering it to Paramashiva in Tala Pushpa Putam Karana. Next up is Khadgasana. As you stand on the mat, fix your gaze at the tip of your nose and visualize yourself as a rhinoceros. Then lay down on your stomach and jump your feet back up towards the hands and stand. Extend your hands forward in Namaskara Mudra, resembling the horn of the rhinoceros. Visualize yourself as a rhinoceros. Khadgasana.
नुजसरतमासनं कृत्वा पादतलाभ्यां भूमिं पष्टभ्य उत्तिष्ठेत् खड्गासनं भवति.
So now, as you stand on the mat, you can hold on to some weights to intensify this asana. Now sit down or squat down as low as possible and stand back up again and again. Gaze to the tip of the nose. Visualize Swamiji in the Uttanottanam.
पुनः पुनः उत्थातव्यम् अस्थितव्यम् इति उत्थानोत्थानं भवति.
Now standing erect on the mat, raise your arms up over top of your head and jump repeatedly. Jump up high, visualizing yourself as a mace in Musalasana.
सरलं स्थित्वा ऊर्ध्वं बाहु नयेत् वारं वारम् उड्डानं कृत्वा नयेत् मुसलासनं भवति.
Relax. Now catch hold of one foot with both hands and pull it towards your chest. As you sit down and stand back up on the other leg, alternate both sides as you gaze to the tip of your nose and visualize Swamiji. Breathe deeply in Uchchir Shakrasana.
एकैकं पादतलं कुक्षौ निधाय तिष्ठेत् उच्छीर्षकं भवति.
Now keep the toes of one foot pointing to the side and raise the opposite knee up towards your chest. And circle the raised leg with your arm. Keep the hand in a fist while placing the other hand on your inner thigh in Parshvajanu Karana. Now, again, catch a hold of the weights as you extend your arms out forward. Extend the left leg and sit down and stand back up, visualizing yourself fiercely dancing as Lord Shiva in Tandavasana.
एकेन पादेन स्थातव्यं ताण्डवासनं भवति.
Now, raise the left foot towards the inner opposite thigh and stand relaxed with the hands by the side of the knees. Visualize yourself being blessed by Lord Brahma in Brahmanasana. Breathe calmly through your nose.
ब्राह्मणासनमावक्षे यत्कृत्वा ब्राह्मणो भवेत् एकपादमरो दत्त्वा तिष्ठेत् दण्डाकृतिर्भुवि.
Then bring the left leg over and around the right knee. Tuck the toes of the left foot behind the right calf. Bring the left arm below the right and join your hands in Namaskara Mudra. Visualize yourself as Lord Garuda with big wings on your back in Garudasana 3.
उत्तानकूर्मपीठं च संहस्गारुडमेव च वातायनं गोमुखं च भारद्वाजं त्रिविक्रमम्.
Now slide the left foot onto the right thigh, still standing on one leg. Keep your hands by the side of the knees and visualize Swamiji in Ekapadasana.
दक्षाङ्घ्रिं वामपादस्य जङ्घोपरि निधाय च.
Now hold on to the left big toe with the left hand in Prana Mudra. Extend the leg out to the side. Keep the knees straight and start rotating on the standing leg, visualizing yourself as the North Pole Star in Dhruvasana, the pole star posture.
एकेन हस्तेन दण्डरूपस्य एकस्य पादस्याग्रं धृत्वा इतरपादतलं भूमौ निधाय त्वरया भ्रमणं कर्तव्यं ध्रुवासनं भवति.
Now lift one leg behind your neck. If you can't lift it behind your neck, you can pull it towards your chest or cross it over top of the opposite thigh. Then stand erect on the mat. Sit down and stand back up. Perform the 3 steps of Lord Vishnu as you visualize Lord Vishnu in your inner space in Trivikramasana.
ग्रीवायां पादं संस्थाप्य स्थातव्यम् उत्थातव्यं त्रिविक्रमासनं भवति.
Relax. Now point the left toes outwards and lift the right knee towards your chest. Repeat the Parshvajanu Karana. Hold the knee raised to your chest. Now get ready to repeat Tandavasana on the other side. Again, extend your arms forward. This time, raise the right leg. Visualize yourself dancing as Lord Shiva. As you sit down, stand back up in Tandavasana.
एकेन पादेन स्थातव्यं ताण्डवासनं भवति.
Now raise the right foot towards the inner left thigh with the heel close to the perineum. Hands by the side, visualizing yourself being blessed by Lord Brahma in Brahmanasana. Breathe calmly through your nose. Don't forget to chant the Mahavakya internally. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
ब्राह्मणासनमावक्षे यत्कृत्वा ब्राह्मणो भवेत् एकपादमरो दत्त्वा तिष्ठेत् दण्डाकृतिर्भुवि.
Now bring the right foot over and around the left knee, tucking the toes behind the left calf. Bring the left arm below the right and join your hands in Namaskara Mudra. As you visualize yourself as Lord Garuda in Garudasana 3.
उत्तानकूर्मपीठं च संहस्गारुडमेव च वातायनं गोमुखं च भारद्वाजं त्रिविक्रमम्.
Move the right foot onto the left thigh and keep your hands relaxed by the side. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Ekapadasana.
दक्षाङ्घ्रिं वामपादस्य जङ्घोपरि निधाय च.
Now hold onto the right big toe and extend your leg out to the side. Straighten the leg and rotate quickly on the standing leg as you visualize yourself as the North Pole Star in Dhruvasana.
एकेन हस्तेन दण्डरूपस्य एकस्य पादस्याग्रं धृत्वा इतरपादतलं भूमौ निधाय त्वरया भ्रमणं कर्तव्यं. ध्रुवासनं भवति.
Bring the right leg behind your neck or lift it towards your chest, whatever is possible for you, and then stand straight. You can hold on to a solid object for support if needed. Then sit down and stand back up in Trivikramasana. Visualize the blessings of Lord Vishnu.
ग्रीवायां पादं संस्थाप्य स्थातव्यम् उत्थातव्यं त्रिविक्रमासनं भवति.
Settle down. Stand with your heels touching and keep your toes pointing outwards. The hands at the side of your hips. Your fingers pointing one by one. Breathe calmly in Samanakakarana. Then squat down. Slightly separate your feet and bring your hands from the outside in between the legs. Interlock your fingers in front of your navel as you visualize Sage Goraknath, the founder of the Natha Yoga Hindu Sampradaya, perform the Jivachala Kumbhaka. As you inhale all the way, hold your breath, and by the force of your will, move the prana freely within your body. Move it upwards, downwards, through the limbs of your body. Lead your awareness through the different parts of your body and feel how the prana is following your guidance. Gain control over the flow of the prana within your body in Jivachala Kumbhaka as you perform Gorak Anjali Asana.
प्रथम ही वो हो ये बाहुरी नीचो पुनि होवे.
Now bring your hands behind your back. Maintain the squatting position. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Hold the balance in this posture. In Kanchiyasana.
ऊरुमध्यात् हस्तौ निवेश्य नितम्बं धृत्वा पादतलाभ्यां भूमिं अष्टभ्य.
Now bring the heels together close to your perineum and hold your hands behind your back. Try to sit upright and gaze towards your navel as you visualize Bhagavan Kala Bhairava, the Lord of Time, in Bhairuvasana.
दोबू पग की थलिया की माहिली कोर मिला जी फना पानी उकड़ मोड़ वैसे.
Now separate your toes and join your hands in Anjali Mudra. Raise them behind your neck with the fingertips pointing down towards the ground. Your elbows separate around your head. Gaze through the nose. Visualize yourself as a ball. Just one of the 10 incarnations of Mahavishnu, Varaha in Varahasa.
पागथली की माहिली कोर मिला जी फना पानी उकड़ वैसे.
Now bring your hands into Prana Mudra. catch onto the big toes and raise your hips up to the same level as your knees. Maintain this semi-squatting position. Engage your legs. Visualize Swamiji in Prapitasana.
पार्श्वद्वय सम्मील्य स्थित्वा नितम्बं जानुप्रदेश आनीय तिष्ठेत् प्रपीठासनं भवति.
Now place your hands flat on the ground, shoulder width apart. Bring your knees onto your arms, close towards your armpits. Raise your hips up and lean forward onto your arms. Balance with the feet lifted off the ground as you visualize yourself as a crow in Bakasana. Engage your shoulders.
हस्ताभ्यामौनिमवष्टभ्य जानुद्वयं नाभौ सम्मील्य.
And now bring your head down towards the ground. Your knees on your arms. Align your hips with the shoulders. And raise your legs up. Crossing your legs into Padmasana. Push your knees up towards the spine. Push your knees up towards the sky. Straighten your spine. Gaze at the tip of your nose. And visualize Swamiji in Sushtanga Kapalyasana. Hold this posture for a moment.
आसन को गुण कपाल आछो हो जी.
And then gently lower your body down to the ground and come to a kneeling posture. Keep your heels outside the hips, the toes touching behind your back. Place your hands on the knees. Fix your gaze on the tip of the nose. Visualize you are sitting in the secret seat with Paramashiva and Guru in Guptasana.
जानोर्वोरन्तरे पादौ कृत्वा पादौ च गोपयेत्.
Now place your hands on the ground and raise your hips up. Get ready for an inverted posture in Vrikshasana 2. Visualize roots growing from your hands. As you visualize yourself as a tree, raise your legs up. This asana purifies all the 7 chakras of your body.
सप्तचक्रक्षालनाय वृक्षासन विशेषकाञ्चन नेन्द्रियदादाढ्य कोणभेदान् समभ्यसेत्.
Now, while you are in the handstand, fix your gaze at your third eye. Visualize Tejas, radiant energy flowing towards your third eye, rejuvenating your body, bringing the divine radiance to your being. Breathe deeply in Shibu Asana.
दोबूपक जोड़ी माही गुल्फ मिलाए.
Now lower your legs down, step your feet back, and come to a plank position. Lower your body down towards the mat and push yourself back up again and again. Visualize yourself as a fish in Matsyasana 2.
निब्जं शयनं कुरुपरो पार्श्वभागाय मूर्धकृत्य हस्ततलाभ्यां भूमिं वष्टभ्य वारं वारम् उड्डानं कुर्यात् मत्स्यासनं भवति.
Lower your body down to the ground, lay flat on your stomach, and place your hands on the hips. Raise your head and chest from side to side, visualizing and moving your body like a snake as you calmly breathe through your nose. Mobilize your spine and your neck. Breathe deeply as you form Sarapasana 2.
निब्जं शयनं कृत्वा हस्तौ नितम्बं संस्थाप्य पादौ दीर्घीकृत्य सम्मीलयन् उरसगन्तव्यं सर्पासनं भवति.
Now bring your elbows down on the ground in front of you and rest your chin on the hands with the hands in Padma Mudra, the Lotus Mudra. Feel self-supported and completely independent as you keep the top of the feet flat on the ground. Relax in this posture. Open up your upper back and relax.
कराभ्यां पङ्कजं कृत्वा तिष्ठेत् कुर्परया सुधीः. मुखमुन्नमनुच्चायि निरालम्बनमासनं. निरालम्बनयोगी स्यान् निरालम्बनमासनं. निरालम्बनताध्यानं निरालम्बनमासनं.
Now bring your hands flat on the ground in front of you and Bend your knees, raise your feet. Then straighten your arms. Push your upper back towards the feet as you visualize yourself as an umbrella protecting your guru from the sun rays in Chaturasana. All this intense stretch of your spine.
अर्ध्यासनं स्थित्वा हस्ततलाभ्यां भूमिमष्टभ्या उन्नजात् छत्रासनं भवति.
As you then come to a kneeling posture, place your feet down, sit on your heels with the feet flat. Extend your arms out in front of you. Place the palms and your forehead on the ground. Breathe against your thighs. Open up your back and shoulders in this very stable position. Gaze to the tip of your nose and visualize yourself as Vajra, the weapon of Indra, symbolizing your indestructibility. Feel indestructible in Vajrasana.
इदानीं गर्भिणीनां योगाभ्यासो यथा लघु सुखप्रसवलाभाय प्रोच्यते प्राक्तने पथि दण्डपद्मभरद्वाज वीरवज्रसमानितो आसनानि सदा कुर्यात् सुदीर्घैरे च पूरकैः.
Now raise your hips, keep your hands on the ground, straighten your legs into Gajasana position, and now alternate striking the ground with your hands as you experience yourself as powerful as a ram in Meshasana.
गजासन संस्थितो एकैकं बाहुं भूमौ ताडयेत् मेषासनं भवति.
Now, with your hands on the ground, raise your hips and lift your legs off the ground into a handstand position. Lower your face down towards the ground slowly as you visualize yourself as unborn, existing for all eternity in Ajasana.
गजासन संस्थितो पादद्वयमन्तराळे कृत्य मस्तकेन भूमिं स्पृशेत्.
Now come to a kneeling position with the feet flat on the ground. Hold on to the toes and pull them towards your perineum. Then place your hands flat on the knees. Fix your gaze at the tip of the nose. Breathe through your mouth, making an ocean-like sound in Ujjayi Pranayama. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform Dhanantarasana.
पूरव विधि परिहाता की काकसीस्यो फणा शरा मोड़े पगा के अंगुली अग्रिमेढ़ लगावे.
Now interlock your fingers up front and move your arms upwards, downwards, from left to right, in all directions, giving massage to various different joints and muscles of your body. Move the arms to the back and repeat the movement. As you visualize Swamiji in the Angamotanam.
हस्तयोः अंगुलीर्बद्ध्वा हस्तयोर्मध्यात् सर्वमङ्गं निष्कासयित्वा तिष्ठेत् अंगमोत्तनं भवति.
Now bring your heels outside the hips with the toes pointing to the side. Bring your thighs and calves down on the ground. Rest your hands on the knees as you visualize yourself as Lord Garuda, flying Lord Vishnu and Lakshmi on his back in Garudasana form. Feel the intense rotation in your hips. Settle down, try to sit on the ground.
जंगोरुभ्यां धरां पीड्य स्थिरकायोद्विजानुना जानु परिकरद्वन्द्वा गरुडासनमुच्यते.
Now bring your soles of the feet together behind your back as you separate the knees wide to the side. Hold on to your ankles with your hands and push your hips forward. Try to touch the tips, the front of your buttocks on the ground as you gaze up towards your third eye. Visualize yourself residing in the blissful space of a temple in Ananda Mandirasana.
अथ वक्ष्ये वीरनाथ आनन्दमन्दिरासनं यत्कृत्वा अमरो धीरो भवत्येवेह साधकः.
Now cross your feet and sit on your heels. Bring your hands underneath your knees as you pull your stomach in and up in Uddiyana Bandha. Press your tongue flat against the palate of your mouth in Manduki Mudra as you visualize yourself as a frog. Perform Uddiyana Bandha. Pull your stomach upwards and inwards towards your stomach. Pull your stomach inwards and up towards your spine in Mandukasana 2.
पृष्ठं संपीड्य गुल्भाभ्यां जान्वङ्गे सबलयाकृतिः हस्तौ पादतले क्षिप्तो मण्डूकं पाददोषहृत्.
And now place your hands on the ground in front of you. Tuck your toes and sit on raised heels. Keep your thumbs touching in front. As you focus your gaze on the tip of your nose, stick your tongue out and exhale forcefully through your mouth again and again. Visualizing yourself as Lord Narasimha, the Lion Man avatar of Mahavishnu, in Narasimhasana.
दोबू फणा पानी होई वैसे एडी मेलर गुदानी वैसे समशरीरनी काट हरावे नासा अग्रदृष्टि को ल्यावे.
Relax. Now sit on raised heels and cover your mouth with your hands. Bring your thumbs beneath the upper teeth and close your mouth. Inhale through the right nostril and exhale through your mouth as per your capacity in Vishlaka Pranayama. Focus the gaze at the tip of your nose and visualize yourself as Devi, presiding over any and all minuscule fears you might have in Vishlakasana.
दोबू पगागी एडी जोगी गुड़ा फणो वाणपुनी होई.
Now bring the soles of your feet together, the top of the feet flat on the ground, toes pointing back, and sit on your heels. Fix your gaze at your third eye and bring your hands to your armpits, imitating as if you are a monkey scratching itself as you visualize yourself as a playful monkey in Makadasana.
दोबू पकतली संपुट आने तिनकी पृष्ठभूमि परिठाने मूलद्वार एडियां परिल्यावे मूढ़ा हाथ ऊंचा टहरावे.
Now tuck your toes, bring the soles of the feet together and raise your knees off the ground, separated wide apart. Hold on to opposite elbows behind your back and gaze to the tip of your nose. Embody diamond-like strength for you and your Sangha, your spiritual community, in Vajra Sanghadasana.
प्रथम पणा पाणी होई वैसे दोबो एडी गुदानी वैसे गोड़ा उभा राखे धीर आड़े वाय पसारे धीर.
Now again, place your knees down to the ground and cross your feet. Sit on the heels as you place your palms down on the ground next to your body. Fix your gaze at the tip of the nose. Pull your stomach in and up and visualize perfect health beyond any and all physical or mental ailments. In Kanjanasana, return to making an ocean-like sound with your mouth in Ujjayi Pranayama.
खञ्जनासनमा वक्षे यद्कृत्वा सुस्थिरो भवेत् पृष्ठे पादद्वयं बद्ध्वा हस्तो भूमौ प्रधारयेत्.
Now place your hands on your knees. Keep gazing at the nose and make your upper back and neck stiff like the shell of a turtle as you embody a turtle with a stable body and mind, living for hundreds of years in Kurmasana, the turtle posture.
गुल्फौ च वृषणस्याधो व्युत्क्रमेण समाहितौ ऋजुकाय शिरो ग्रीवं कूर्मासनमितीरितम्.
Now relax your upper back and neck. Maintain the same posture. Gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Yogasana.
बुधं नियम्य गुल्भाभ्यां व्युत्क्रमेण समाहितः योगासनं भवेदेतदिति योगविदो विदुः.
Now uncross your feet and rise up onto your knees. Cross your legs behind and bring your toes near the opposite knees. Bring your hands in between the thighs and calves and keep the thumbs outside. Hold on to your calves. As you gaze up towards your third eye, visualize a space of eternal oneness, Advaita, with your Guru Swamiji in Vijogasana. Hold the balance in this position.
गोड़ा वामो बोहो जी गोड़ा आड़ा राखे दो जी दची पाद के पानी रहावे फणो वाम गोड़ा ढिगल्यावे.
Now bring the top of your feet flat on the ground, your knees closer together, and hold onto your heels as you lean back. Push your hips forward, tilt your head back, bend your back, open up your chest. Breathe deeply as you visualize yourself as a camel in Ustrasana 2.
मेरुदंड ग्रंथि दाढ्य संविवाद इषुपुमार कपोतोष्ट्रासनाभ्यास कुर्यान्वित हिताशनः.
Now lean down, lower. Bring your elbows down to the ground, followed by the back of your head. Fix your gaze at the tip of your nose and experience yourself as a lotus blooming in Jatyasana 2.
दोबू एडी संपुट करे 16 मूलत बारी तर इधरे फणा पानी उकड़ होए बैसे बहुरी पिष्टि दिशि करे जो ऐसे.
Now lay down on the ground, bring your back to the mat and rise up again and again. You can use the support of your hands if needed as you fix your gaze at the tip of the nose and visualize the healing of your causal body in Viratasana.
जंगा पृष्ठिभूमो निराज्य जंगोदरयोः ऊरुनी संस्थाप्य पृष्ठिवं शंवारं वारं स्पृशेत्.
Now bring your hands over top of your shoulders and lean back all the way. Catch a hold of your feet and bring your head in between the heels. Push your hips up high, bend your back intensely. You cannot bring your head in between the feet. It is all right. Just lean down as far as possible. Visualize yourself as a beautiful dove in Kapotasana.
मेरुदंड ग्रंथि दाढ्य संविवाद इषुपुमार कपोतोष्ट्रासनाभ्यास कुर्यान्वित हिताशनः.
Now slowly rise up onto your knees. Stand on your knees with your toes tucked and hold on to opposite arms in front of your body. As you fix your gaze at the tip of the nose, internally chant Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Verbalize the boon you want to receive. As you are in the boon fulfilling posture, receive your boon from Paramashiva in Varasana.
जानुनी भूमो संस्थाप्य हस्ताभ्यां बाहु परस्परं धृत्वा शरणं तिष्ठेत् वारासनं भवति.
And lean forward and down. Place your forearms on the ground and rest your face on the hands. Visualize yourself as Varaha, the boar avatar of Lord Vishnu in Varahasana 2.
सूर्यं चन्द्रं भेदनानि आसनानि निकथ्यन्ते कोर्परो भूमौ स्थापयित्वा जानुभ्यामवनिमवष्टभ्य हस्तो मस्तके संस्थाप्य पार्श्वनितम्बे संस्थाप्य तिष्ठेत् वराहासनं भवति.
Now let us get ready for another inverted posture with your forearms on the ground, elbows shoulder width apart. Interlock your fingers. Bring your head to the ground. Support your head with your hands. Raise your hips. Walk your feet forward. Align the hips with the shoulders and slowly raise your legs up in a controlled manner into a headstand posture. Keep gazing at the tip of the nose. Breathe calmly in Sahajra Kumbhaka, leading the prana along your spine. Visualize yourself as a lopped tree in Mundasana.
अधो मुण्डासनं वक्षे सर्वेषां प्राणिनां सुखम् ऊर्ध्वमार्गे पते दत्त्वा धारयेन् मारुतं सिद्धिः.
Now slowly lower your legs down and come to a kneeling posture. With your feet flat, sit on your heels, slightly separate your knees and lean forward and down. Bring your head in between the legs hold your head with both hands, your elbows outside the knees. Inhale through your nostrils and exhale through your mouth in this asana. As you gaze at the tip of the nose, visualize Swamiji. Feel the opening of your back as you breathe deeply. Keep the Mula Bandha engaged.
प्रथम भगदली इसमें ठहरावे, कोरमाहिली उभे मिलावे, हना पानी उकड़ होए बैसे, दोबू एड़ी गुदानी बैसे.
Now lay down flat on your stomach and keep your hands extended out in front of you. Extend your arms out in front and lift your arms, your chest, your legs off the ground and hold. Tensely engage your back as you visualize yourself as a locust in Viparita Shalabhasana.
शलभासन भेदाश्च नटभेरुण्ड नामके गण्डभेरुण्ड सहिते शीर्षदण्डासनं तथा.
Relax. Now place your forehead on the ground, your hands by the side of your hips. Visualize yourself as a skull representing the mind with purified thoughts and the strong will to attain enlightenment as you lift your legs off the mat without lifting your chest. In Kapalasana, the skull posture.
कपालं भूमौ निधाय ऊर्ध्वं पादौ नयेत् कपालासनं भवति.
The next asana is Akasha Kapotasana. Rotate as you lay on your stomach. Lift your legs up over top of your body and try to touch your feet to the ground in front of your face. Bend your back intensely. Visualize yourself as a free and open dove.
उष्ट्रासने स्थित्वा चरणौ भूमेरुत्थाप्य मस्तकोपरि नीत्वा पृष्ठप्रदेशेन भूमौ स्थापयेत् आकाशकपोटं भवति.
Slowly lay down again and come to a kneeling posture. Sit on top of your heels. As you lean forward and down, place your forearms on the ground and bring your navel towards the knees. Be sturdy and stable in this position. As you visualize yourself as a sparrow in Chatakasana.
कूर्परपर्यन्तौ हस्तौ धरामोष्टभ्य जानुनी नाभौ संकुञ्च्य.
Now raise your hips and straighten your legs. Kick your legs up. Bend your knees as you try to touch the back of your head with your feet. Visualizing yourself as a scorpion in Vrishchikasana too.
विच्छेव पुच्छ प्रतिमाङ्गिरिपार्ष्णे धृत्वा स्वशीर्षे चिब्बुकं विधार्यकौ यत्रेति सन्तिष्ठति साधकस्त्वं विशावहं वृश्चिकसंयमासनम्.
Relax. Come back down. Sit down on your right heel and bring the left foot outside the hip with the toes pointing to the side. Place your hands on the ground in front of your body. Feel the grounding. The hands flat. Gaze forward in Vaishnavi Mudra. Fully residing in your inner space without any external distractions. Visualize yourself as a whole as you forcefully inhale through your nose. Hold your breath for a short while and then again slowly exhale through the nostrils in Antaranga Kumbhaka, in Vrishasana, the bull posture.
याम्युगुल्भे पादमूले वामभागे पदेतरं विपरीतं स्पृशेत् भूमिं वृषासनमिदं भवेत्.
Now push your hands into the mat and lift your body off the ground. Cross the toes of the left foot over the right and balance on your arms as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Lolasana.
लोलासनं सदा कुर्यात् वायुलोलापघातनात् स्थिरवायुप्रसादेन स्थिरचेता भवेत् धृतम्.
And sit down on the left heel as you bring the right heel outside the hip. As you repeat Vrishasana, the bull posture, on the other side, keep visualizing yourself as a bull.
यामे गुल्फे पादमूले वामभागे पदेतरं विपरीतं स्पृशेत् भूमिं वृषासनमिदं भवेत्.
Now place the right foot flat on the mat. Raise the right knee against your chest. Tuck the toes of the left foot and sit down on the left heel. Keep your hands on the respective knees and visualize Bala Gunahai, one of the 84 siddhas in your inner space in Bala Gunasana.
आसन को गुण जल विकार जागी.
Now stand up and squat down. Bring your hands through the legs from the inside out and hold on to your ankles from the outside. As you squat down as low as you can.
पाददये भूमौ संस्थाप्य जानुमध्ये कूर्परौ स्थाप्य हस्ताभ्यां गुल्पप्रदेशो धृत्वा तिष्ठेत्. ग्रहासनं भवति.
Now repeat Bala Gunasana on the other side. Tuck the toes of the right foot and sit on the right heel. Keep your left knee raised with the foot flat, hands on the respective knees, gaze forward. Focus on your inner space as you visualize Bala Gunahai in Bala Gunasana.
आसन को गुण जल विकार जागी.
Now step both feet in and sit on raised heels. Keep your knees together and place your hands on the knees. If you have weights available, hold on to the weights. To intensify this asana, breathe forcefully through your nose in Utkatasana.
पिजोस्ति यत ऊर्वजानो यत्रासने पादतलद्वयोपरि.
Now cross your hands behind your back. Hold on to opposite elbows as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Vajra Sangarasana.
प्रथम पणा पाणी होए जैसे दोवो एडी गुदा निवैसे. घोड़ा ऊभा राके थीया आड़े वाय पसारे धीर.
Engage the perineal floor as you sit on raised heels. And now bring your hands flat on the ground. Step your heels on top of the hands. Squat down all the way. Keep your arms straight as you gaze to the tip of your nose and visualize you are able to consume and live off of air alone in Anilasana.
दोव हाथ भूमि पर ठाने कहुनी जाड़ी ना भी लगाने. फना दोव ऐसे विधि करे पिष्टि हथेलियां की परिधरे.
Now place the back of your hands on the ground and step your feet on top of your palms. Wrap your hands around the feet like shoes and start walking around on the mat, visualizing that you're wearing padukas, performing a pada yatra all across India in padukasana.
हस्ततलयोः पादतले कृत्वा तिष्ठेत् गच्छेत्. पादुकासनं भवति.
Now place your hands flat on the ground with your hips raised and kick your legs up and let them fall back down again and again. Visualize yourself as a rooster in Kukutoddanasana.
हस्ततले भूमौ कृत्वा पादतले च ऊर्ध्वमुड्डानं कृत्वा भूमौ पतेत्.
Relax. The next asana is Viparita Nrityasana. Viparita Nrityasana. Now place your hands on the ground, shoulder width apart, and raise your legs up into a handstand posture. As you move your legs around, dance on your hands as you feel yourself become free of all inhibitions. Breathe deeply through your nose in a relaxed manner in Viparita Nrityasana.
हस्ततलाभ्यां भूमिं वष्टभ्य ऊर्ध्वपादाग्रे कुर्वन्. हस्ततलाभ्यां नर्तनं कर्तव्यं. विपरीतनृत्यं भवति.
Now rise up and separate your feet. Place one hand on the ground with the elbow straight. Bring the other hand to the respective ear. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Kunjarasana.
अथ पक्षे महादेव कुञ्जरासनमुत्तमं करे नैकेन पादाभ्यां भूमौ तिष्ठे चिरकरः.
Hold this position for a while and then exchange the position of your hands. Feel the stability connect to the ground.
अथ वक्षे महादेव कुञ्जरासनमुत्तमं करेणैकेन पादाभ्यां भूमौ तिष्ठेत् शिरःकरः.
As you then bring your feet together and squat down all the way, your heels close to your body, and raise your toes off the mat as you hold on to your ankles. Visualize yourself as a Kadamba tree, a pious tree that promotes a long life in Kadambasana.
पार्श्वभ्यां भूमिं वष्टभ्य हस्तद्वयेन गुल्भौ धृत्वा तिष्ठेत् कदम्ब भवति.
Now bring your feet flat on the ground and hold on to opposite knees. Pull your knees in close to your chest. Breathe deeply against your thighs. Feel the stretching, the opening of your back as you extend your chest. Inhale and exhale deeply. Visualize any excess vata releasing, balancing within your system in Pavanamuktasana.
द्वयोस्तु पादयोः पाणिं लात्वा स्वस्वनितम्बके जानुनि वक्षसि साधुर्बभ्रति करबन्धनैः.
Now extend your legs forward and bring one leg behind your neck. You can bring the leg behind your neck, don't worry. You can either pull it towards your chest or bring it over your shoulder, cross it over the other thigh. Then bring your hands to the side and lift your body off the ground. Gaze upwards towards your third eye. Hold this position, visualizing yourself as a powerful source of energy in Chakrasana.
पूर्वतानं चतुष्पादपीठं वज्रासनं तथा चकोरक्रौञ्चशलभभुजङ्गमपि वृश्चिकम्.
Now rest your body down to the ground. Keep one leg extended and hold on to the big toes of your feet in Prana Mudra with index and middle fingers. As you pull the other foot towards your ear, as if you're pulling a bowstring back, visualizing yourself as a bow in Dhanurasana.
पादाङ्गुष्ठौ तु पाणिभ्यां गृहीत्वा श्रवणावधि.
Now bring one leg over top of your shoulder and hook the other foot over top. Lean forward, extend your legs out to the side and balance on your arms as you visualize yourself as a flying crane in Ashtavakrasana.
वासिष्ठमथ कौण्डिन्यमूर्धकुक्कुटमेव च अष्टावक्रमथोत्थानं मयूरं सेतुबन्धनम्.
Relax, come back down to the ground and keep one foot flat as you bring the other foot on top of the opposite thigh, the knee raised. Bring your shoulder underneath the raised knee with a hand flat on the ground, the other hand pushing the respective knee to the mat. Gaze towards your third eye and visualize that you are immortal, able to exist slowly from prana in pranasana.
एतत् प्रभेदं वक्ष्यामि करोति यस्य चामरः एकपादमुरो बद्ध्वा स्कन्धेऽन्यत्पादरक्षणम्.
Now bring the raised foot to the opposite hip and step the other knee over top. Bring your elbow around the raised knee, your hand below, and interlock your fingers around your back. Reach for the other hand behind your back. Gaze up towards your third eye and visualize the master of Hatha Yoga, the great sage Yogi Matsyendranath in Parshva Matsyendrasana.
पार्श्वाभ्यां धृत्यते यास्तु पार्श्वमत्स्येन्द्रमुत्तमम्.
Now again, straighten your legs forward. And this time lift the other foot behind your neck, hands by the side, push yourself off the mat as you gaze to your third eye. And visualize yourself as a powerful source of energy in Chakrasana. Hold this position.
पूर्वतानं चतुष्पादपीठं वज्रासनं तथा चकोरक्रौञ्चशलभभुजङ्गमपि वृश्चिकम्.
Then sit back down on the ground. Now catch a hold of the big toes in Prana Mudra and pull the other foot towards your ear as if you're pulling a bowstring, visualizing your body as a bow in Dhanurasana too.
पादाङ्गुष्ठौ तु पाणिभ्यां गृहीत्वा श्रवणावधि.
Now bring the leg over top of your shoulder and hook the opposite foot over top. Lean forward, find balance, lift your body off the ground and extend your legs out to the side, visualizing yourself as a flying crane in Ashtavakrasana on the other side.
वासिष्ठमथ कौण्डिन्यमूर्धकुक्कुटमेव च अष्टावक्रमथोत्थानं मयूरं सेतुबन्धनम्.
Balance on your arms. Come back down to the ground. Place one foot on the ground with the knee raised and bring the other foot on top of the opposite thigh, your shoulder beneath the raised knee, and gaze through your third eye. Visualizing yourself being immortal, able to live off of prana and pranas.
एतत् प्रभेदं वक्ष्यामि करोति यस्य चामरः एकपादमुरो बद्ध्वा स्कन्धेऽन्यत्पादरक्षणम्.
Now bring the raised foot to the opposite hip, the other foot over top of the leg with the knee raised. Bring your arm around the raised knee, the hand below, interlock your fingers behind your back, gaze up towards your third eye, and visualize Sage Matsyendranath in Parshva Matsyendasana.
पार्श्वाभ्यां धृत्यते यास्तु पार्श्वमत्स्येन्द्रमुत्तमम्.
Feel the twist in your spine. Now extend your legs forward. Keep one heel at the perineum and lean forward and down, holding onto the front foot with both hands in Ardha Paschimottanasana. Perform the Jiva Chala Kumbhaka. Inhale deeply and hold the breath. Move the prana freely within your body. Control the flow of the prana within your system as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
एकं पादं प्रसार्य एकं पादस्य पार्श्वनासीवनी सम्पीड्य हस्तद्वयेन प्रसारितपादाङ्गुष्ठं धृत्वा जानुभरिमस्तकं न्यसेत् अर्धपश्चिमतानं भवति.
The stretch in your hamstrings. Rise up. Bring the right foot outside your hip with the top of the foot flat on the ground. Hold on to the left foot and raise it in front of your face. Keep your legs straight. Visualize yourself as a crane in Kraunchasana, the crane posture.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Now lower your leg. Keep the other foot against the perineum as you keep the opposite leg extended forward. Lean forward and down. Hold onto the front foot and breathe in Jiva Chala Kumbhaka.
एकं पादं प्रसार्य एकं पादस्य पार्श्वनासीवनी सम्पीड्य हस्तद्वयेन प्रसारितपादाङ्गुष्ठं धृत्वा जानुभरिमस्तकं न्यसेत् अर्धपश्चिमतानं भवति.
Feel the deep stretch as you rise back up. Bring the left foot outside the hip and raise the right foot in front of your face with the knees straight, visualizing yourself as a crane in Kraunchasana. Feel the intense stretch in this asana. Hold this posture just a little bit longer.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Now lower your leg down and come to a cross-legged position. Bring your feet in between the thighs and calves and use the support of your hands if needed. Rest your hands on top of the knees. Fix your gaze at the tip of your nose and embody peace, well-being, good fortune, and prosperity. Visualize a swastika in your inner space in Swastikasana.
जानुर्वोरन्तरे सम्यक् कृत्वा पादतले उभे ऋजुकाय समासीन स्वस्तिकं तत् प्रचक्षते.
Maintain the position of your feet, but cover your heels with your hands. Tuck your chin to the chest, lock your throat in Jalandhara Bandha. Gaze to the tip of your nose and visualize the great sage Goraknatha, the founder of the Natha Yoga Hindu Sampradaya, in Gorakshasana,
जानुर्वोरन्तरे पादौ उत्तानौ व्यक्तसंस्थितौ गुल्फौ छाछाद्य हस्ताभ्याम् उत्तानाभ्यां प्रयत्नतः.
Now bring your left heel against the perineum and place the right foot on top of the left thigh. Gaze up towards your third eye. As you visualize Swamiji, meditate on Arihanta, the Lord, the Enlightened One, the Avatar. As we once more enter Shanmukhi Mudra, inhale deeply, hold your breath, and then lock all the 5 senses with your hands. Close your mouth with little and ring fingers, the nostrils with your middle fingers, eyes with your index fingers, and your ears with your thumbs in Bhagasana 2.
वामपार्श्वं गुदं संस्थाप्य दक्षाङ्घ्रिवामजगणे.
Relax. Now place your feet onto opposite knees and bring your hands to the ground outside of your body with the palms facing upwards. Gaze to the tip of your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you bring your mouth into the shape of the beak of a crow. Inhale through your mouth and exhale through your nose in Kakachancha Kumbhaka. Keep the Mula Bandha engaged in Yogasana.
उत्तानौ चरणौ कृत्वा संस्थाप्योपरि जानुनोः आसनोपरि संस्थाप्य चोत्तानं करयुग्मकम्.
Now rotate your hands at the side of your body. Place your palms down. With your legs in Padmasana, lift your body off the ground. Pull your knees up. Visualize yourself as a rooster in Urdhva Kukkutasana.
वासिष्ठमथ कौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च अष्टावक्रमथोत्तानं मयूरं सेतुबन्धनम्.
Hold this position. Stability to your body. And then lower your body down. Maintain Padmasana. Bring your hands through the legs with the palms flat on the ground without lifting your body up. Stay seated on the ground. Fix your gaze at the tip of the nose. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Siddha Haratali Asana.
प्रथम पद्मासन को करे हस्त दो वो गोड़ासन दिधरे उबे हथेले भूधरी राखे पोचा गोड़ासन में दाखे.
Now push your hands into the mat. Lift your knees off the ground and balance on your arms. With your gaze fixed at the tip of the nose, visualizing yourself as an elegant swan in Hamsasana. Keep performing Kakachancha Kumbhaka with your mouth in the shape of the beak of a crow, cooling the body as you inhale through your mouth.
कुक्कुटासनं स्थित्वा स्कन्धपर्यन्तं मूरोनि नीत्वा तिष्ठेत् हंसासनं भवति.
Now raise your hips off the ground as you bring your hands through the legs behind your body. Interlock your fingers in Parashu Mudra as you rest your forehead on the ground. Visualize yourself as Lord Shiva's bow in Karmukasana, the bow posture.
प्रथम पद्मासन को करे घोड़ा संधि माही कर इधरे तरफ दूसरी कर दो बु आने कोन्या ऊपर संधि ले ठाने.
Now raise up. Maintain Padmasana. Lift your knees off the ground and bring your hands through the legs. As you bend your elbows upwards to reach for your shoulders. Try to interlock the fingers around your neck. As you visualize yourself as a turtle with a stable body and mind to live for hundreds of years in Kurmasana too.
बाई जंग प्रदक्षिण पावा दाई जंग परिवा बाई ल्यावा.
Balance in this posture. From the same posture now, tuck your chin to the chest and gaze towards the tip of your nose. Lock your throat. Jalandhara Bandha. Feel the intense stretch on your spinal cord as you cut through all the granthis, the knots in your energy channels. In Shiva's secret knot posture, Granthi Bedasana.
अथ वक्षे नीलकण्ठ ग्रन्थिभेदासनं शुभं ज्ञात्वा रुद्रो भवे क्षिप्रं सूक्ष्मवायुनिषेवनात्.
Now roll onto your back. Keep your hands in the same position and embody a turtle laying on its back as you fix your gaze at the tip of your nose in Uttana Kurvasana.
कुक्कुटासनबन्धस्थं कराभ्यां धृतकन्धरं पीठं कूर्मवदुत्तानमेतदुत्तानकूर्मकम्.
Now kick your body back up into Padmasana. Bring your hands through the legs. Place one palm on the ground and hold its wrist with the other hand. Push your body off the mat. Balance on one arm. Visualizing yourself as a rooster as you pull your knees up as high as possible in Pangu Kukkutasana.
कुक्कुटासने स्थित्वा एकेन हस्तेन अन्यस्य मणिबन्धं धृत्वा.
Lower your body down and exchange the position of your hands. Place the other palm flat, hold its wrist, and again lift your body off the ground and balance. Keep visualizing yourself as a rooster.
कुक्कुटासने स्थित्वा एकेन हस्तेन अन्यस्य मणिबन्धं धृत्वा.
Lower down. And as you maintain the lotus posture, Padmasana, bring your elbows onto your toes. Interlock your fingers in Padusha Mudra. Rest your chin on the fingers and press your thumbs against your throat. As you visualize, you have gone beyond all greed and cowardice in Grudasana.
जानोर्वोरन्तरे पादौ उत्तानो व्यक्तसंस्थितो गुल्फौ छाछाद्य हस्ताभ्याम् उत्तानाभ्यां प्रयत्नतः.
Rise up. Now place one hand over top of the other and place your hands in your lap. Gaze towards the tip of your nose. Sit in a meditative space as you perform Mahamudra Bandha. Engage all three bandhas together. Lock the perineum. Pull the stomach in and up and lock the throat. Lead the Kundalini Shakti up the higher energy centers and hold it there as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Padmasana 3.
उत्तानो चरणो विधाय विधिवत् शक्तिस्थितो योगिरात्.
Now bring your hands flat on top of your knees. Fix your gaze at the tip of the nose. Internally vibrate the Mahavakya Om Nityananda Paramashivoham as you visualize Paramashiva in your inner space in Padmasana 4.
एतत् पद्मासनं कुर्यात् प्राणवायुप्रसिद्धये शुभासनं सदा ध्यायेत् पूरयित्वा पुनः पुनः.
Sit in that bhava, that feeling connection to Paramashiva as you keep the left hand on the respective knee and your right hand in Prana Mudra. Index and middle finger holding on to the big toe. Hold the elbow back as if you're pulling a bowstring. Move the big toe round and round and visualize yourself as Paramashiva's bow. Repeat the movement on the other side as well. In Karmukasana 2.
अथान्यासनमावक्ष्ये योगपूरकरक्षणात् कृत्वा पद्मासनं पाद अङ्गुष्ठजङ्घयोस्थितम्.
Now bring your feet in closer to your body, sitting in Padmasana. As we get ready for Karmukasana 3. Now cross your arms behind your back. Hold on to the big toes in Prana Mudra. Reach for the opposite feet. As you gaze to the nose, engage all three bandhas. And visualize yourself as Paramashiva's bow in Karmukasana 3.
कार्मुकासनमाक्षित्य उदरे पूरयेत् सुखं तदा वायुर्वसो याति कालेन सूक्ष्मवायुना.
Maintain this posture. Lift your head and chest as you gaze to the tip of your nose. Shift your gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself as the action of Paramashiva's third eye, destroying anything you come across in Hridhasana.
ऊरुभ्यामुपरि स्थाप्य पादयुग्मं प्रयत्नतः दक्षिणं सव्यदेशे च सव्यं दक्षिणदेशके.
With your arms crossed behind your back, now roll back. Keep your legs in Padmasana, holding onto the toes if you can. Gaze to your nose and visualize yourself as a snake as you breathe calmly through your nose in Sahadra Kumbhaka. Lead the prana along your spine in Nagarasana.
प्रथम पद्मासन कोठाने दो हाथ पाछाने आने पाद अंगूठा पकड़े आनी सोबई कहुन्या कुल्या पानी.
Now free your arms and legs and pull your knees up towards your chest. Interlock your fingers in Harsha Mudra and pull your knees close in as you bring your chin to the knees. Squeeze your body into a ball in Kandukasana.
वेत्रासने स्थित्वा हस्तपादान् निष्कुष्य ऊर्ध्वं नयेत् पृष्ठवंशेन भूमिं पोथयेत् कन्दुकासनं भवति.
Relax. Place your feet flat on the ground with the knees raised. Interlock your fingers around your neck and breathe deeply through your nose as you gaze to the tip of the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Urdhva Pavanasana.
प्रथमे सूधो सैन करावे गोड़ा उभा राशि मिलावे गुल्फमा हिला अंगुष्ठ दोजी करे एक समेल रसोजी.
Now move your hands down, your palms facing up. Step your heels onto your hands and then push your hips off the ground. Contract the perineal floor and block your throat. Forcefully push the air upwards, but prevent it from escaping your lungs by keeping Jalandhara Bandha, the throat lock, engaged in Mocha Kumbhaka. Visualize yourself as a powerful alpha ape in Marakata Pitasana.
उत्तानशयनं पादतले उत्तानहस्तयोः स्थापयेत् पृष्ठभागमुत्रमजेत् मरकटपीठं भवति.
Now bring your hands to the lower back and straighten your legs. Point the toes and rest your entire body weight on your elbows. Gaze to the tip of the nose and visualize Swamiji in Uttana Shikipitakasana.
जङ्घोरुबलहीनश्चेत् उत्तानशिखिपीठकम् अप्रमत्तः प्रकुर्वीत भुक्तेः प्राग्विजितेन्द्रियः.
Relax. Bring your legs up now. Raise your toes up towards the sky and place your palms on the mat. Support your balance with your arms as you visualize blissfully traversing Narakaloka unscathed in Narakasana.
ग्रीवाकण्ठेन भूमिं विष्टम्भा पादाग्रद्वयमूर्धमुत्रयेत् नरकासनं भवति.
Feel the heat of your Jataragni increasing, the digestive fire being improved. Now bring your hands to the lower back. Straighten your entire body and lower angle your legs down. Engage your core intensely by the lever of your legs. Visualize yourself as a boat crossing the ocean of samsara in Tiryam Naukasana.
नौकावत् स्थित्वात् ऊर्ध्वं पादाग्रद्वयं नयेत् तिर्यन्नौकासनं भवति.
Now again bring your legs up. Place your arms flat on the ground. Make your body as straight as a flagpole. Feel the stability as you visualize yourself as the Kailasa flag, respected across all nations in Dvajasana, the flag posture.
तिर्यन्नौकावत् ग्रीवापृष्ठकूर्परीः भूमिं वष्टभ्या मस्तकलाक्षेण पादाग्रद्वयमूर्ध्वनयेत् ध्वजासनं भवति.
Now lower your body down to the mat as we enter the final asana of this sequence, Vriddhasana. Keep your hands at the side of the body with your palms facing up. Relax completely as you pull the Kundalini Shakti up along your spine in Shakti Chalan Mudra, all the way from the Muladhara Chakra to the Sahasrara, from the root of your spine to the top of your head. Leave the body behind as you visualize your body is dead and Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, is liberating you. Internally vibrate with the Mahavakya Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Feel the energy spreading throughout your body as you sink lower and lower to the ground. Release every bit of tension left in your body. Remove any tiredness from your body.
उत्तानं शववद्भूमौ शयनं तु शवासनं शवासनं श्रमहरं चित्तविश्रान्तिकारणम्.
Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Now, slowly return to your body. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. Bend your elbows and knees. Pull your knees up and encircle them with your arms. Squeeze your body into a ball and rock from side to side. Slowly return to a comfortable seated position. Congratulations. We concluded the Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama, 308 asanas.
Nityanandam and welcome to the Tritiya Vinyasa Krama. We're going to practice 508 asana sequence of Kailasa Nityananda Yoga.
First, let us make sure we have all the components you need for the yoga practice. Have your yoga mat on the ground. Have your Panchapatra and Udani ready. 1 cup with a spoon with some water for the ritualistic cleansing. All the male bodies, please remove your upper cloth and apply the vibhuti on the 16 places over your body, as you can see on our acharyas. All the female bodies, you can apply it on your forehead. Wear the kumkum on your third eye, the Agnya chakra in between the eyebrows, and wear the Rudraksha mala around your neck. You can keep some weights at the side of the mat if you want to intensify the asana practice. and make sure you have one energized Shri Yantra on your yoga mat. Gaze at the yantra whenever possible. To mirror the macrocosmic energies into your microcosmos. Let us all now settle down into a comfortable cross-legged position with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you bring your hands into Namaskara Mudra in front of your heart center as we open this session with the Satguru Vandanam.
Established since 2002 in the United States of America, the United Ancient Nations is an intergovernmental organization, currently made up of 160+ members and indigenous nations. The UAN and its work are guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter. The UAN is a manifestation of the profound connection amongst indigenous peoples across the world, including African, Andean, American, European, Caribbean, Oceanic, and Asian regions, rooted in shared wisdom, sustainable practices, and deep reverence for the earth. The United Ancient Nations serves as an international cultural and diplomatic organization focused on uniting indigenous cultures globally. Our governance structure is council-based without territorial claims, led by a collective leadership through our General Secretariat. As a non-state entity with UN-style advocacy, we focus on several key areas: cultural and digital heritage preservation, indigenous diplomacy, revival of indigenous knowledge systems to solve humanity's problems, global peace, environmental preservation, health and wellness, sustained economic development, indigenous and cultural tourism. While the UAN represents numerous indigenous cultures, the United States of Kailasa serves as the first indigenous nation specifically for Hindus. Kailasa's mission is focused on the revival of the ancient enlightened Sanatana Hindu civilization, with a formal governance structure including a head of state, ministers, and ambassadors. Under the leadership of SPH, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivoham, Kailasa has achieved recognition as a sovereign subject of international law, possessing distinctive attributes of juridical statehood. The United States of Kailasa is the main sponsor of the proposed UAN headquarters. This initiative would bring forth an estimated $100 million in revenue for the host country through summits, conferences, tourism, and development projects. The proposed UAN headquarters would represent the world's indigenous nations and peoples through its architectural design. It would blend the best of all worlds, featuring top modern architecture, the highest green building standards, and ancient Vastu architectural principles. This headquarters would serve as a central hub for indigenous diplomacy, cultural preservation, and collaborative efforts towards sustainable development and global peace. Through this initiative, we aim to create a dignified platform for indigenous leadership rooted in ancestral wisdom, cultural legitimacy, and collaborative innovation, enhancing global dialogue and regional stability. The establishment of the UAN headquarters would position a host country at the forefront of a global movement promoting indigenous wisdom while creating significant economic opportunities for the nation and its people. Established since 2002 in the United States of America, the United Ancient Nations is an intergovernmental organization, currently made up of 160+ members and indigenous nations. The UAN and its work are guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter. The UAN is a manifestation of the profound connection amongst indigenous peoples across the world, including African, Andean, American, European, Caribbean, Oceanic, and Asian regions, rooted in shared wisdom, sustainable practices, and deep reverence for the earth. The United Ancient Nations serves as an international cultural and diplomatic organization focused on uniting indigenous cultures globally. Our governance structure is council-based without territorial claims, led by a collective leadership through our General Secretariat. As a non-state entity with UN-style advocacy, we focus on several key areas: cultural and digital heritage preservation, indigenous diplomacy, revival of indigenous knowledge systems to solve humanity's problems, global peace, environmental preservation, health and wellness, sustained economic development, indigenous and cultural tourism. While the UAN represents numerous indigenous cultures, the United States of Kailasa serves as the first indigenous nation specifically for Hindus. Kailasa's mission is focused on the revival of the ancient enlightened Sanatana Hindu civilization, with a formal governance structure including a head of state, ministers, and ambassadors. Under the leadership of SPH, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivoham, Kailasa has achieved recognition as a sovereign subject of international law, possessing distinctive attributes of juridical statehood. The United States of Kailasa is the main sponsor of the proposed UAN headquarters. This initiative would bring forth an estimated $100 million in revenue for the host country through summits, conferences, tourism, and development projects. The proposed UAN headquarters would represent the world's indigenous nations and peoples through its architectural design. It would blend the best of all worlds, featuring top modern architecture, the highest green building standards, and ancient Vastu architectural principles. This headquarters would serve as a central hub for indigenous diplomacy, cultural preservation, and collaborative efforts towards sustainable development and global peace. Through this initiative, we aim to create a dignified platform for indigenous leadership rooted in ancestral wisdom, cultural legitimacy, and collaborative innovation, enhancing global dialogue and regional stability. The establishment of the UAN headquarters would position a host country at the forefront of a global movement promoting indigenous wisdom while creating significant economic opportunities for the nation and its people. Established since 2002 in the United States of America, the United Ancient Nations is an intergovernmental organization, currently made up of 160+ members and indigenous nations. The UAN and its work are guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter. The UAN is a manifestation of the profound connection amongst indigenous peoples across the world, including African, Andean, American, European, Caribbean, Oceanic, and Asian regions, rooted in shared wisdom, sustainable practices, and deep reverence for the earth. The United Ancient Nations serves as an international cultural and diplomatic organization focused on uniting indigenous cultures globally. Our governance structure is council-based without territorial claims, led by a collective leadership through our General Secretariat. As a non-state entity with UN-style advocacy, we focus on several key areas: cultural and digital heritage preservation, indigenous diplomacy, revival of indigenous knowledge systems to solve humanity's problems, global peace, environmental preservation, health and wellness, sustained economic development, indigenous and cultural tourism. While the UAN represents numerous indigenous cultures, the United States of Kailasa serves as the first indigenous nation specifically for Hindus. Kailasa's mission is focused on the revival of the ancient enlightened Sanatana Hindu civilization, with a formal governance structure including a head of state, ministers, and ambassadors. Under the leadership of SPH, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivoham, Kailasa has achieved recognition as a sovereign subject of international law, possessing distinctive attributes of juridical statehood. The United States of Kailasa is the main sponsor of the proposed UAN headquarters. This initiative would bring forth an estimated $100 million in revenue for the host country through summits, conferences, tourism, and development projects. The proposed UAN headquarters would represent the world's indigenous nations and peoples through its architectural design. It would blend the best of all worlds, featuring top modern architecture, the highest green building standards, and ancient Vastu architectural principles. This headquarters would serve as a central hub for indigenous diplomacy, cultural preservation, and collaborative efforts towards sustainable development and global peace. Through this initiative, we aim to create a dignified platform for indigenous leadership rooted in ancestral wisdom, cultural legitimacy, and collaborative innovation, enhancing global dialogue and regional stability. The establishment of the UAN headquarters would position a host country at the forefront of a global movement promoting indigenous wisdom while creating significant economic opportunities for the nation and its people. Established since 2002 in the United States of America, the United Ancient Nations is an intergovernmental organization, currently made up of 160+ members and indigenous nations. The UAN and its work are guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter. The UAN is a manifestation of the profound connection amongst indigenous peoples across the world, including African, Andean, American, European, Caribbean, Oceanic, and Asian regions, rooted in shared wisdom, sustainable practices, and deep reverence for the earth. The United Ancient Nations serves as an international cultural and diplomatic organization focused on uniting indigenous cultures globally. Our governance structure is council-based without territorial claims, led by a collective leadership through our General Secretariat. As a non-state entity with UN-style advocacy, we focus on several key areas: cultural and digital heritage preservation, indigenous diplomacy, revival of indigenous knowledge systems to solve humanity's problems, global peace, environmental preservation, health and wellness, sustained economic development, indigenous and cultural tourism. While the UAN represents numerous indigenous cultures, the United States of Kailasa serves as the first indigenous nation specifically for Hindus. Kailasa's mission is focused on the revival of the ancient enlightened Sanatana Hindu civilization, with a formal governance structure including a head of state, ministers, and ambassadors. Under the leadership of SPH, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Paramashivoham, Kailasa has achieved recognition as a sovereign subject of international law, possessing distinctive attributes of juridical statehood. The United States of Kailasa is the main sponsor of the proposed UAN headquarters. This initiative would bring forth an estimated $100 million in revenue for the host country through summits, conferences, tourism, and development projects. The proposed UAN headquarters would represent the world's indigenous nations and peoples through its architectural design. It would blend the best of all worlds, featuring top modern architecture, the highest green building standards, and ancient Vastu architectural principles. This headquarters would serve as a central hub for indigenous diplomacy, cultural preservation, and collaborative efforts towards sustainable development and global peace. Through this initiative, we aim to create a dignified platform for indigenous leadership rooted in ancestral wisdom, cultural legitimacy, and collaborative innovation, enhancing global dialogue and regional stability. The establishment of the UAN headquarters would position a host country at the forefront of a global movement promoting indigenous wisdom while creating significant economic opportunities for the nation and its people. Established since 2002 in the United States of America, the United Ancient Nations is an intergovernmental organization, currently made up of 160+ members and indigenous nations. The UAN and its work are guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter. The UAN is a manifestation of the profound connection amongst indigenous peoples across the world, including African, Andean, American, European, Caribbean, Oceanic, and Asian regions, rooted in shared wisdom, sustainable practices, and deep reverence for the earth. The United Ancient Nations serves as an international cultural and diplomatic organization focused on uniting indigenous cultures globally. Our governance structure is council-based without territorial claims, led by a collective leadership through our General Secretariat. As a non-state entity with UN-style advocacy, we focus on several key areas: cultural and digital heritage preservation, indigenous diplomacy, revival of indigenous knowledge systems to solve humanity's problems, global peace, environmental preservation, health and wellness, sustained economic development, indigenous and cultural tourism. While the UAN represents numerous indigenous cultures, the United States of Kailasa serves as the first indigenous nation specifically for Hindus. Kailasa's mission is focused on the revival of the ancient enlightened Sanatana Hindu civilization, with a formal governance structure including a head of state, ministers, and ambassadors. Under the leadership of SPH, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Paramashivoham, Kailasa has achieved recognition as a sovereign subject of international law, possessing distinctive attributes of juridical statehood. The United States of Kailasa is the main sponsor of the proposed UAN headquarters. This initiative would bring forth an estimated $100 million in revenue for the host country through summits, conferences, tourism, and development projects. The proposed UAN headquarters would represent the world's indigenous nations and peoples through its architectural design. It would blend the best of all worlds, featuring top modern architecture, the highest green building standards, and ancient Vastu architectural principles. This headquarters would serve as a central hub for indigenous diplomacy, cultural preservation, and collaborative efforts towards sustainable development and global peace. Through this initiative, we aim to create a dignified platform for indigenous leadership rooted in ancestral wisdom, cultural legitimacy, and collaborative innovation, enhancing global dialogue and regional stability. The establishment of the UAN headquarters would position a host country at the forefront of a global movement promoting indigenous wisdom while creating significant economic opportunities for the nation and its people. Established since 2002 in the United States of America, the United Ancient Nations is an intergovernmental organization, currently made up of 160+ members and indigenous nations. The UAN and its work are guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter. The UAN is a manifestation of the profound connection amongst indigenous peoples across the world, including African, Andean, American, European, Caribbean, Oceanic, and Asian regions, rooted in shared wisdom, sustainable practices, and deep reverence for the earth. The United Ancient Nations serves as an international cultural and diplomatic organization focused on uniting indigenous cultures globally. Our governance structure is council-based without territorial claims, led by a collective leadership through our General Secretariat. As a non-state entity with UN-style advocacy, we focus on several key areas: cultural and digital heritage preservation, indigenous diplomacy, revival of indigenous knowledge systems to solve humanity's problems, global peace, environmental preservation, health and wellness, sustained economic development, indigenous and cultural tourism. While the UAN represents numerous indigenous cultures, the United States of Kailasa serves as the first indigenous nation specifically for Hindus. Kailasa's mission is focused on the revival of the ancient enlightened Sanatana Hindu civilization, with a formal governance structure including a head of state, ministers, and ambassadors. Under the leadership of SPH, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Paramashivoham, Kailasa has achieved recognition as a sovereign subject of international law, possessing distinctive attributes of juridical statehood. The United States of Kailasa is the main sponsor of the proposed UAN headquarters. This initiative would bring forth an estimated $100 million in revenue for the host country through summits, conferences, tourism, and development projects. The proposed UAN headquarters would represent the world's indigenous nations and peoples through its architectural design. It would blend the best of all worlds, featuring top modern architecture, the highest green building standards, and ancient Vastu architectural principles. This headquarters would serve as a central hub for indigenous diplomacy, cultural preservation, and collaborative efforts towards sustainable development and global peace. Through this initiative, we aim to create a dignified platform for indigenous leadership rooted in ancestral wisdom, cultural legitimacy, and collaborative innovation, enhancing global dialogue and regional stability. The establishment of the UAN headquarters would position a host country at the forefront of a global movement promoting indigenous wisdom while creating significant economic opportunities for the nation and its people. Established since 2002 in the United States of America, the United Ancient Nations is an intergovernmental organization, currently made up of 160+ members and indigenous nations. The UAN and its work are guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter. The UAN